Growing up in Canada, I would always get asked, Andre, what is your background? And then when I said Serbian, they would say, where is that? And after a number of years, people would start to understand Serbia, especially once you found out that Djokovic, the tennis player, would be, world greatest guy, and he actually put Serbia on the map, in my opinion. And now opening up Relocation Serbia, I would get the question, what is Serbia known for? I've been looking to move somewhere, but I'm not sure exactly what Serbia is known for. So could you tell me about it? And today we're going to talk about the top 8 things that Serbia is known for. Now, if you come from the West, typically the story about Serbia is a smear campaign, typically coming in from the United States. Serbia is related to Russia, Serbia and Kosovo, Serbia and this, and Serbia and that. And it's always painted in a dark light. However, more and more people are realizing that Serbia is not what it was painted to be in the marketing campaign that it was portrayed to be in their home countries, especially with the amount of tourism that has been coming in here over the years. And I recently did a video a couple weeks ago on how Serbia has been seeing more and more tourism every year. It's jumping about 25 to 50,000 more tourists every year. And I believe last year we saw the record amount of tourism. And last year alone, we saw more tourists coming into Serbia than we have in the past 10 years. And it sure is making the word of mouth marketing of Serbia and how it actually is painted in a better light than what it has in the past. But those that I go to networking events with, that I speak to, and they ask about what Serbia has to offer and what it's known for, you start talking about it and they never realize it. And so there's a lot of people that watch this channel that are looking somewhere to move to and just aren't sure where they're looking to move to. And that's something that we do here at Relocation Serbia, is not just educate people looking to move to another country such as Serbia, but we also help them actually go through that process. Is it, getting your things packed up, shipped across the ocean, deal with customs, getting it to Serbia? Is it, family relocation and getting them real estate here, or a business set up? Or is it citizenship through descent? Perhaps your parents left here many, many years ago and you're looking to move back to your roots, or whatever the reason is. That's something that we provide here at Relocation Serbia. But today we're going to talk about the 8 things that Serbia is known for. And the number one thing that Serbia is known for, and that is its vibrant city and culture. Now, typically, when people move to Serbia, they're typically going to go to Belgrade or Novi Sad, and this is typically what they hear about first when it comes to Serbia. And Belgrade is known as the Sin City of Eastern Europe. It's a huge nightlife city. It has a lot of historical sites. It has a lot of cultural events. Now, you might think, Andre, why are you saying Belgrade and not Belgrade? Well, that's actually how you say it. It's actually pronounced Belgrade. And the actual translation in that word is white city. So Bel is white and Grad is city. But, for the people that aren't from around here, they simply say Belgrade, and, it is what it is. Eventually people will learn about that. And then the other place that they'll hear about is Novi Sad, which is the second biggest city next to Belgrade. And that is only an hour north of Belgrade by train, or typically an hour and a half if you're taking a bus or a car. And Novi Sad is known for, again, historical sites. So you got Petrovaradin Fortress. You have Exit Festival, which is held at that forest. And it's a lot more beautiful, in my opinion, when it comes to the charming architecture. And it also is often called as the Serbian Athens, except for that you don't have any water around here, except for the Danube that's really close, that you can go swim in, but it's not actually Athens. But regardless, it's still beautiful. Number two is the natural beauty. So there's a lot of open space here in Serbia. Serbia has a population roughly around 7 million people, which 1.7 million of that live simply in Belgrade, and the other 300 plus are in Novi Sad. So you got about 2 million between just the two cities. So it leaves for a lot of natural beauty. You got several stunning natural parks that include Terra National Park. You got Kaponik and Đerdap. Those are some of the best places that you can go visit. And down in the southern areas, anything south of Belgrade is a lot more mountainous and a lot more scenic if you like that also. You have a lot of rivers and canyons here as well. So like I mentioned, you have the Danube or Dunav for the people here in Serbia. You have the Drina, and then you also have the Đerdap Gorge as well. It's also known for its wineries, which is in Fruška Gora, which is closer to Novi Sad, but between Belgrade and Novi Sad. The third thing that Serbia is actually known for is, again, its rich historical heritage. So we have had a lot of history here, a lot of wars, not just from the 90s, but you had the wars from the Ottoman Empire, the Turkish Empire. You had a lot of things going on back here. And if you go over to certain areas of Serbia, it actually has archaeological evidence that some of the first human civilization in Europe was actually here in Serbia, and that is in a place called Vinča. You can go check that out. It's there's a great place to go check out there right on the Danube, a great museum as well. But you also have a lot of medieval monasteries here. So you got one called Studenica, which is one of the main ones you'll find looking through YouTube, and so you'll have a lot of medieval art and architectural. You have a lot of Roman sites as well. Like I mentioned, we had the Romans come down through here many centuries ago, and so you have numerous Roman archaeological sites such as the Flex Riminulia, and that is something that you should go check if you're just coming to visit. But if you're going to be living in Serbia, by all means, you'll have that time to go and check it out. And then also a lot of other countries around here have beautiful architecture as well. So once you're in Serbia, you can take day trips to Romania. You can take it down to Greece. You can take it wherever you want to go, up to Hungary, and visit whatever is around. Now, the other one, fourth one on the item or on the list is the villages and traditions. So you have a lot of traditional Serbian villages here. The selos is what we call villages here, and there's a lot of them. So those people that are looking to homestead, to get out of the big cities, you can typically find a great property in a selo that is still close enough to a city. You don't actually have to be close to Belgrade or Novi Sad, especially if you're one that works online. And you can find them at a really decent price as well these days. But one thing to point on that is you will need a vehicle to get to and fro from picking up your items that you need for daily living. But one thing that you do need to check out when you do come to Serbia, either to visit or to travel, is the Držan Grad cabins, or village, should I say. That shows you a authentic experience of the rural life that once upon happened here. You'll see also going through some villages here in Serbia where some of the houses and people still living in them are made from hay and mud. My aunt actually lives on the eastern side of Serbia, close to the Romanian border, and her house is still she lives in is made from hay and mud, and she's been there for 80 some odd years, and she's never left. The other one you're going to see when it comes to tradition is folk music. So you're going to see a lot of kolo, which is something that I myself love to dance. I actually danced in folklore when I was younger, and absolutely love dancing the traditional dances here in Serbia. And of course, you're going to see the traditional craft and integral outfits that they do have when it comes to folk dances. The fifth one is the wineries that they have here, and of course the food. So I mentioned that we have a great winery in Fruška Gora, and Serbia is starting to emerge in the wine scene in that regards. And there's a lot of wine tours in Fruška Gora, and that's something that we actually have a link to. If you go to our site at Relocation Serbia Guide, click on tours. You can log into there and find tours to some of these wineries. And of course, when it comes to food, anyone that comes to Serbia cannot say they do not love the food. So you have everything from cevapi, sarma, which is cabbage rolls. You have gibanica, or also something that's similar to gibanica is burek. That's something that you'll typically have for breakfast, which is a phyllo pastry either filled with cheese or meat, and you can pick that up at any bakery, or what we call them here is pekaras. And that doesn't stop there. One of the favorite dishes that I would recommend anybody coming to Serbia is to try out the Karađorđeva schnitzel. That is just hands down one of my favorite dishes personally. It's a schnitzel that is filled with kaimak, or like a sour cream, but a little bit thicker, rolled up and then deep fried, and it's just simply to die for. The sixth thing that Serbia is known for is the wellness and spas around here. So we are famous for numerous mineral springs and wellness resorts, one of which, again, is in Fruška Gora. That's why that area of Serbia is absolutely exploding when it comes to the real estate market and tourism, because there's so much to do, from the wine tours all the way to the wellness and spas. But you also have Vrnjačka Banja, and you have Soko Banja also. And one of the things you'll hear, typically people here in Serbia will say, idem na banju. That's typically where they're going to go. They're going to go to some mineral springs and wellness resorts just to kind of unwind and help themselves with any sort of illnesses or ailments that they might have. Number 7 is the economic business opportunities. Now, this one and the next one, I may get pushback from the Serbian community here, simply because, I've mentioned before, Serbs have gone through some historical turmoil, and it's hard to see the forest from the trees. And people, aren't very entrepreneurial or any, they're still stuck in the old mindset where Serbia has nothing to offer. But for those that are a little bit entrepreneurial, you will see that the economic and business opportunities here are, just fantastic. I've done a number of videos on this topic, but to quickly reiterate, we have a growing market and a great strategic business opportunity here, just simply on how it's located. And so we are becoming great for IT, import-exports businesses, and it's becoming increasingly attractive for international investors. And you're seeing that, in real life if you're being here in Serbia. The last one and the final one, but of course not the least important one, is the medical tourism here in Serbia. So I'm not talking about the public sector. What I'm talking about is the private sector. So we have a well-established healthcare system here. It's recognized for its affordability and high quality medical services in the private sector. Many people will come here from outside other countries for dental work. That is a huge one that we have really good dentists here, really good equipment, and is quite affordable. I know a client that recently moved to Serbia. He went in for some dental work. He had to get 2 teeth pulled and then 1 crown put on, and it cost him what is equivalent to about $75 USD. And he says, it was a very easy process. Didn't cost him too much time, effort, or any headaches to get the process done and completed. And he was treated with really good service, better than where he comes from and what he's experienced in his life. So I hope that you got some value out of this video. Again, please like and subscribe to this channel and hit that bell notification so you get notified when I drop more videos. If you're interested in relocating to Serbia or even visiting Serbia, please don't hesitate to visit our website at relocationserbia.com, and I will see you on the next one.